Hello everyone. So I wanted to make this video because this is Liver Awareness Month, which is October. A lot of people don't think about it, nor does it cross their mind, but I want to bring a little liver awareness to it. I myself am dealing with liver failure. I have stage 4 liver cirrhosis, and most people seem to think that people only get this when they're old, or they think of the old man that's been drinking for 30, 40 years and then his liver gives out. And that's not the case. It can be caused by a lot of things. I mean, I only drank for about 2 to 2.5 years. Now, my underlying cause was I had a mutated gene that was causing iron overload in my system, and the drinking for the 2 years wound up being like throwing a log on the fire, and I had no idea I had this and that it was something that was causing issues throughout my life, and it answers a lot of questions now. People who have liver failure may look completely normal when they're doing okay, and when I say okay, that it's kind of a broad stroke kind of word. To me, I'm doing okay. I still get tired easy. Sometimes driving's difficult. I may swell up on the legs, the ascites and stuff, which I actually will make a video on that. Somebody had asked me to make a video on that, and I will do that soon. But today I wanted to just talk about being aware of what causes it and who may have it, and just maybe be a little more liver conscious, because close to 50% of Americans, and I don't know the stats in other countries, but I know in America it's 50% of the population are walking around, adults are walking around with some sort of fatty liver disease. And that is caused by our McDonald's, our, poor food choices that we make. That's caused by over-the-counter medicines, sometimes drugs, sometimes alcohol. There's a lot of different things that can cause this. Some of the things we eat on a daily basis that we think of just normal day-to-day things, those things aren't necessarily great for us. Like, I try to avoid fast food because it's not nutritious, and for me to sustain as healthy as a life as I can, I choose to stay more with foods made at home, things like that, where I can control what goes into them. Diet is something that's so important when you have liver failure, especially when it comes to protein, because your body stops processing that protein. One of the first things that people who get liver disease realize or notice is a lack of muscle mass. They'll lose their muscles, because what happens is your body is looking for protein and is being starved of it, so it starts eating your muscles, essentially. And that took some time to get some of those back. I eat probably 6 times a day high protein things, but that's, for me, a normal person doesn't need to ingest that much protein. However, though, so being Liver Awareness Month, it's something that maybe we should, next time we go out to eat at McDonald's or Burger King or whoever else that we go out and we get our fast food from, pick your favorite fast food and, maybe skip it. Maybe make a meal for yourself. Buy some pork chops or some chicken breast or something and cook it in some kind of low-fat oil, or bake it. Some potatoes, maybe some green beans, some carrots, things like that. A lot of these foods don't take a long time to make, and you can stay high in protein and eat health conscious by doing that. I myself, because of the liver failure, will tend to I eat a lot of pork because I'm not a huge chicken fan. I mean, I'll eat chicken because, well, I have to, because of the protein and what's in it. But I eat a lot of pork. Pork chops are an easy one. A lot of times ribs, I'll put them in the slow cooker and just set it and walk away from it. And that turns out to be a healthy meal. Using, a low salt beef stock to cook them in with some barbecue sauce, and they come out really good. Potatoes, maybe cut them up real small and, throw some olive oil and salt and pepper on there, a little salt and some pepper on there, and throw them in the oven and crisp them up, and that comes out really good too. Green beans, you can do the same way. Fresh green beans, salt and pepper, some olive oil, and throw them in the oven, and they come out really crispy and really good. But those are some quick ideas, that we could choose to eat things at home. Make a sub instead of going out to buy one, and that way you can control what goes on it. Maybe add the dressings later. You could always make it, take it with you. These are some things that I've had to change in my life and in my diet to be able to continue, essentially living. But for the person who doesn't have liver disease and hasn't gotten to that point, fatty liver disease is basically just what it sounds like. It's your liver storing excess things that shouldn't be in there, and it kind of grows and kind of turns into spongy. That can be completely reversed just by changing your diet and eating healthier. And black coffee is really good without all the additive stuff, but black coffee is actually really good for the liver. Who knew? But most cases, until you get to actual cirrhosis, it's generally completely reversible. Once you get to that point, you're kind of on a waiting list. It's not if it's going to get worse, it's when. And the average person, once they get there, has about a year left. I was told that by liver doctors that's the average lifespan, and they've seen some people get longer, and there's no real good answer for how long you have when you get to that point. I do know that for me to live out, a normal long-term life, I will need eventually a liver transplant. Unfortunately, I have to get sicker to get there, but it's just kind of, the way it goes. I get it. That makes sense. I mean, they're not going to, if you're doing pretty good at this moment in time, they're not going to put a liver in you that somebody could be in worse shape may need. So that's why it's a process. There's other things required, staying healthy, not drinking, staying away from those things. There's having a support system. All those things are required to get a liver transplant, and it's based on a number system. However, though, if you have any questions or anything else, please let me know. But for right now, for this month, let's think of maybe eating a little healthier. Cut some of those fatty foods out of our diets, and maybe, instead of, going out having a drink, and I'm not preaching against drinking, it's fine in moderation, but maybe take a break from it for a month. Try to avoid, see your doctor, have your yearly, blood tests done and stuff. And, if you have a concern or you just don't feel right and not really 100% certain, check with your doctor and see when the last time you had your liver enzymes checked. I remember hearing about that a long time ago. They said my liver enzymes are off, and this was before even, I drank for those couple years. And I didn't think anything of it. I would have never thought, at the age of 43, I'd have, stage 4 cirrhosis. And this time that I've had, I am extremely grateful for. And I've done it by staying positive and changing my diet and the way I think and the way I, take care of myself. So, and hopefully, eventually I'll get to the point where, I may be able to get a liver transplant and go on beyond that. But for this month, everybody have a wonderful October. If you celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween, and everyone have a great day. And there's also will be a one of the things that is tough when you're diagnosed something like this is staying working and doing normal things like that. I was lucky enough to get on disability, so if you do have liver failure to that point, don't give up. It took me almost a year to get approved. It still doesn't pay all the bills, but I'm extremely grateful to have it. There is a GoFundMe linked in the bio if anybody's interested in helping me out to just get by. That's appreciative. It's not necessary. That's not why I make these videos. But everybody have a wonderful October, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.